You also typically don't have town centers in water range on this map. That's extremely rare, if it ever happens, so water's not as critical. You can have a good battle on land without having to worry about town centers being within water range, costing you the game later on. It is a large map though, so Titan strategies are still pretty popular here. So TSM to the bottom with the Zeus. Zeus Uranos Zeus lineup with the Uranos player getting in the middle. Atlantis is probably like pounding himself in the head saying, why me? Again, one Atlantean villager walking all this distance is the equivalent of 3 villagers for a normal civ, so Clown just has to send 1 villager, whereas Atlantis is essentially sending 3 villagers all the way across till you get to here, so you lose a lot of economic time as Atlantean on this map with the middle position. And then PK going with the Hades, Zeus, Isis lineup. One thing to note early on here is, like I talked about, the randomness of the middle people docking and the 2 versus 1 potential, but it looks like both middle players are docking to the top here, so we'll have a 2 versus 2 battle on the waterway up top here, and then a 1 versus 1 down here on the bottom. So again, because we have an Uranus, we get this vision of all the town centers to start, and of course none of them are in water range, so that's good to see. That way if you lose water, you just get behind economically. Whereas the town centers being in water range, you lose water and you then potentially lose a town center as well, which can cost you the game, so it's like a double whammy on maps with town centers in water range when you lose it, so that doesn't come into play here. That said, the other thing on this map, the town centers are usually pretty close to you, so leaves a lot of land out there to fight. The other thing that's really interesting is TSM got lucky. Usually you can have like town centers in weird positions or whatnot, or away from each other. All 3 forward town centers for TSM are in like a nice triangle here, all really close together, so if PK wants to take out a town center, they're gonna have to fight in on all fronts. That said, this town center against Egyptian siege is extremely vulnerable. Just wall off here and here, and then you can put siege right here and just kill that town center easily. So I think siege from below can also reach these 2. Or actually no, you don't have an Egyptian player. I don't know if the Greek siege can reach it. Egyptian siege could, I think. This town center doesn't have any weird cliffs. And I think this one would be just out of range of siege here, so mainly this town center is vulnerable, but at the same time having the 3 town centers together allows TSM to sort of fortify their position and help each other much more, as opposed to having one like town center defend way up here and then the other 2 way down here. TSM's consolidated all in the middle. Interesting that you see the temple coming out from the Uranus player on water. So you might want to use his oracles to take out a dock potentially. It also looks like Clown sent his villager who built his dock back to his base, so that's kind of a tough call. It's like you walk the villager all the way over there. What do? Do you spend the extra 50 resources to build like storehouse over here so that villager can build, gather resources while he's over there, and then later build your second dock, or you send him back and then send another villager later on back down there. I think I'd prefer to just leave it there and have it build the extra storehouse. At least that would probably cancel out over time, and then you get the second dock. I think that would be more efficient than walking back and then back again. So again, a tough call. At least the Atlantean player doesn't have that problem, and that his villager can just start gathering resources down here without issue. No gather or drop point needed. So 3 docks coming up here for purple, whereas we still have Clown with just 1 dock over here. I don't even see a second villager coming from Clown to build another dock. The other thing to note is Kai went extremely water heavy. 15 fishing ships is a ton. On Mediterranean you might be looking at like 9 or so on average probably. Atlantean might even cut it to 7 or like something like that, but 15 is going to result in a slower advance time. Or I guess it's only 14, but still. That's a lot of extra fishing ships, so he's got a lot committed to that, and then that'll also slow down his ability to get arrow ships out to defend if red and purple go hard on water, which it looks like they are. Again, Clown's got 1 dock, and that thing's gonna just die extremely quickly to the Prometheans and Murmelos. Clown forced to burn an early ceasefire as a result. Oh. All that ceasefire is really going to be doing is giving Clown and Kai an extra minute to fish, and that's pretty much it. Still don't see a second dock coming out. And then are we gonna see a fast heroic out of Kai as Hades? What's a Hades fast heroic gonna do on this map? If anybody knows something I don't, please let me know in chat, but okay, actually the one thing it can do is just siege ships. Siege ships alone counter arrow ships, so I guess that's the potential of going heroic as Hades has. You also have the ceasefire buying you some time. But again, he's going to be 2 versus 1 even if he does get his siege ships out, so I don't really see how that's going to help him. I guess Clown building ships bought a bit extra time for Kai, and Kai did get the upgrade, so any extra time he does get will help. I've completely ignored the bottom of the map. Green pressure? Why is blue just making his way out now if green has nothing but like fishing ships dangling out in the open? Also got the fishing ship upgrade for green. Okay. Green's almost heroic, so green should actually be able to win water on his side. Did blue go heroic himself? No, just an early second town center for blue, I guess. But as a result of green getting heroic now, he should be able to win water on the bottom here. Ooh, still have no idea what Kai's doing. Early market for trade on a map like this isn't bad. You get a relatively safe trade route with good distance, so especially if he had extra food from his fishing ships. Again, I don't really know why TSM took the time to kill the dock while Kai still had 15 fishing ships still fishing. They should have swept in and cleaned up his fishing completely before they bothered killing a full health dock. As a result, Kai just continues to get fish from these ships. Extra hundreds of food, which he can then put towards his trade. Okay, so he's not trading, he just went fast mythic, so that was the plan all along. And he's getting a decent timing off because he was able to fish for so long. I'd like to see green being a bit more aggressive on the water down here. He's heroic, so he should be winning it. Apollo the choice for player, so he doesn't want Scalas. The Underworld's probably better in a team game like this. You can use it to take out a Titan or something. The problem with going fast mythic like this is he doesn't have much economy to support it, especially losing water. I know he got the fishing upgrade early, went heavy fishing, and lasted quite a bit. Does he plan on spamming Colossi? With the Underworld Passage and Colossi spam? I mean, I don't think any of his teammates are really in position to support him either. Yeah, green moved way too slow on water. Siege ships get countered by hammer ships, and hammer ships train so much faster, so you can lose your siege ship advantage extremely quickly as soon as your opponent gets heroic if you don't move ahead of time, and green just sat there, and as a result green just lost water that quickly. There's also an extremely interesting position for green to dock up. Guess it's near that vulnerable town center. If green ever gets mythic and can get the range siege out, he can take that out easily, but... Okay. Alright, fast mythic from green. I do like that, especially with the Son of Osiris coming into play against an Atlantean. A quick Son of Osiris against Atlantean is extremely effective. Especially if you can then add in the range siege, taking out a vulnerable town center like that. This fast mythic could pay off for Legends. Do we still have... There's only one problem with this strategy, and it's this thing called Bolt. So if he does get the Son of Osiris out, it'll just get bolted immediately. I hope he realizes that and doesn't just use it here without a monument protecting him. One thing you can do is monument up a forward position. Like if you're able to push a bit, get a monument here, and then you can use the Son of Osiris within the monument range to defend siege as you push, but outside of that, the Son of Osiris isn't going to help much. Green doing a nice job just knocking green off of all his fish. Massive set of buildings coming up for Kai, but he's got the Forge of Olympus, so he's got the cheap armory upgrades and 2 armories, but I think Kai's biggest weakness is he just doesn't have the economy to support it yet. And we see the Underworld coming down in the back of Kai's base. Okay, so we get the Son of Osiris AE push. That means Legends is going to have a full minute of Eclipse protecting his Son of Osiris. I'd also like to see him push up with these villagers during the Eclipse and throw down a monument here so that once the Eclipse expires, his Son of Osiris stays alive. He also needs to micro the Son of Osiris better. He's just killing a building with it. You've got a minute of effectiveness with your Son of Osiris. You need to do more than kill a military barracks. Still no monument. Okay. I was following the Son of Osiris, but yeah, red hat on your world up there I saw, and red hat army ready to kill Kai. Like I said, Kai's problem was his fast mythic. He didn't have the economy behind it. Red has all these fishing ships, heroic fishing ship upgrade that he's getting food from the entire time, so he should be able to go fast mythic just as fast as Kai, and then with a much more continued support. So Red just got actual army out and pushed through, while Kai was still focusing on solely army and just starting production up here. That Son of Osiris is also 7 seconds from being dead due to bolts.